Hey there everybody, I just got this 440 piece soldering kit with shrink tubing as well as a heat gun. And so this is a mini heat gun. It has two settings. It has a 482 degree, which is the low, and then it has a 752 degree high. And then it also comes with this heat shield, and I recommend that you give this a little pinch to shrink it down so that way it holds on real tight right here. That way it doesn't slip off, and that way it has some resistance. But this heat shield really works well. It guards the heat from blowing, so if you have to protect something that's behind the wire that you're trying to solder together, this is really useful. So I'll show that here in a minute. Inside here they have these soldering sticks, and what's really cool about these is right here it has a soldering ring, and so you put your two wires in and then heat it up. This is going to shrink down, and this is going to release solder over the wires that are there, and they're going to be soldered together for a really secure connection. And then you take your heat shrink tube and cover it up for a complete seal. And these come in lots of different sizes. They go from AWG 12 through 10 all the way down to 26 through 24. So pretty small wire right here. And so you are able to get all those in between. And then when you use your heat shrink tube, make sure, do a test fit to make sure that you can actually fit it over top of your connector, because it might go on the wire, but then when you go to put it on the connector, it won't actually be able to cover it up. And the heat shrink tube goes all the way down to 1/8 of an inch and all the way up to 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to give a quick demo on how to use these, soldering a couple pieces of wire together so you can see how well this works. I got my helping hands here to help hold the wires while I am soldering them. I'm going to put this heat shrink tube on. Let's try and slide it back as far as I can. Over this I had to take this clip out so that I'd have enough room to get this in place. All right, so this is ready to go on now, and so that is going to work real well. But the wires are overlapping. They are in the solder is going to be right in the center here. And so now I just have to plug the heat gun in and get it going. Got it on high. I don't feel any air blowing on this side of this. And you can see it is shrinking the tube. And you can see in there where the solder has started to flow and melt into the wires. So you can see it right there, all melted down. All right, here is the heat shrink tube. There it is, all shrunk down, all melted, completely sealed to those wires. Got a good strong connection, and now I'm gonna put my connector back together. All in all, I gotta say this was a really good experience. I've never done anything like that before. The soldering stick tubes made it super easy. I hate working with electrical stuff, and I was pretty comfortable with that. I felt confident in the result, and I'm really happy with how well this is gonna be waterproofed and all the applications that you can use it with. Plus now I got a heat gun, so if I want to heat shrink something or remove any adhesive type material, I've got that now. I'm really happy with this, so I suggest you check it out.